All right, let's start round 3 of this kind of introductory Armada Pet Wars playthrough. Okay, if you remember from round 2, I did move my little fleet. I enabled fleet tactics and I sent Patrick with them. Their eventual goal is to get to Antares and then move their way around. And I'm going to keep building troops. These are not the best troops. They're not going to do well against these planets, but if I keep building enough of them, they should be okay. So I'm going to start off by building some more troops. And I'm going to send these guys over here. And then I'm going to send this little fleet with Patrick. Warp them over. Now the 8 is not wiggling, but I'm just going to double check. And yep, they're still in their little formation, which is what I wanted. So next round we should have a battle, and hopefully they'll do okay. Now let's look at our messages. Technology-wise, I got the shipyard, which is good. I think that's one closer to the better research centers. I didn't get the factories, so that's unfortunate. So let's go do that next. Okay, so I'll press the space bar. And let's try to get the factories to get a little more chance there. Jump down, I got the shipyards. Okay, now I want the research centers with everything I've got. Yeah, 65% chance. Actually, I think that's more important than the factories. So I'm going to drop you down a little bit. And let's jump over here. That looks good. Okay, like you remember, I sold my, last run I sold my design centers and simulation centers. So there's really nothing I can do here. All these zeros tell me that I'm out of things I can do for those type of things. I already did my research. I moved my stuff. And I could, this is interesting. So I did get advanced shipyards. So you see how this is wiggling here? That means that the game is telling you that on that planet, something could be upgraded. And if I just click upgrade all button, it'll try to do it automatically. So it sold my 10 shipyards, but it didn't buy any new ones. That's because I didn't have enough funds. So upgrade all button is nice, but only if you have a lot of funds. So be careful with that button. So the slower way that I could do it is I could sell maybe like 1 shipyard or 2 shipyards and buy 2 better ones. And the thing is, I actually want to turn this planet into a resource planet. I don't want to turn it into a big homeworld planet with lots of shipyards. But maybe I will for now, because I don't really have a good candidate for that in the near future here. I'm running a little low on funds. I'm going to need more funds here. So I got to keep that in mind as well, because I do want to start to upgrade my research. Really, the only reason to do this would be to get more fleet capacity, so I could get more of those hammy designs to work with. But I don't think I actually really need that, so I'm not going to do this. I'm going to save my money. I think that's the better play. I still don't need the market yet. But if we go down on the messages, which I always suggest you do, it just tells you what I bought and sold last round. And this one you wouldn't have seen before. This is saying that it keeps track of all the top captains in the game, and the Orange Federation has some rookies now that have a little bit of experience. And none of my guys have experience because they haven't fought yet. So obviously my friend who's playing this with me did do a battle, attacked with a fleet. And now that means I know where my friend is, because we actually haven't done any diplomacy yet, and I haven't shared with you how that works. So my friend must be up here. This is the Orange Federation. So I can send him a message. Hey, let's be allies. So when I send that message, that's going to go to the server, and he'll get that message as a little box here next round, but it'll also go to the server and send him an email immediately. So it's a way of communicating in the same turn. The other thing you can do, and it'll just keep track of it, you can keep adding to it if you want. It'll kind of remind you of what you said in the past in the same turn. Our status right now is no relations. So if we want to increase diplomacy. So I'm going to increase diplomacy. This little green outline just reminds you that you've increased diplomacy with that empire. These are obviously the AI players. You can increase diplomacy with them. They won't reciprocate though. Right now the AIs don't care about humans. They're just going to attack humans until we're all dead, and they won't attack each other either. So they're just going to fight to the death, try to take us out. So obviously I'm going to have to focus to the left here, go towards this blue empire, maybe work together with my hopeful new ally at some point, and he's probably going to have to go over here and take on this green empire. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. But in the meantime, I'm going to attack my first planet. Looks like, yeah, they're starting to move out too. They haven't really done much yet. And it looks like my ally won his battle. He took this one, and he's probably going to send in his troops pretty soon. So we're kind of doing a similar thing. And what's left? Just my economic results. Nothing really interesting there. So this is part of the game when your turn is going to be a little bit fast, which is good. Like you get your turn done, go and do some other games. But one thing I would recommend you do, if you do keep your simulation and design centers, and this is something you could also do just by creating a skirmish game, but it's nice in the actual game you're in because it has the actual simulation designs that are in this game from the random factor, is you can start to like click like allow all tech button, and you can start to like play around. Like I know that I have heavy corvettes, but anything that has a little beaker here is something that you haven't researched yet. But if we look at the technology tree, for example, and let's see, for example, fusion missiles. So I could get fusion missiles at any time, and that actually might have been a good idea. It would allow to get the light fusion missile, which is the next level technology, but it's a light version, so it's smaller and shorter range. So I could go to design, click on my Corvette. Actually, I could even click update. I didn't explain updates yet. So I click on update, click on my Corvette design, and then I can click allow all technology. I can remove these nuclear missiles, the medium ones, and their ammo. Don't forget the ammo. And then I could put in it was a light fusion missile. You see how they're color coded? Blue is the fusion technology. So those are torpedoes. So where are they? Their little missile icon. There it is, that one. So if I click on point it in the right direction. Oh, I have to go over here. Light fusion missile there. Light fusion missile there. I have a little bit more to work with now, and I could put in ammo, et cetera, et cetera. And then when I'm done, I can click submit design. I can't do it right now because as you recall, I got rid of my design centers. Might have been a mistake, but regardless, I can't kind of plan ahead. But I could create a Mark II version of Hammy with an advanced fusion missile if I was researching that missile. And then I could go to the simulator and I could simulate it. And this is a fun way to have some fun and use up some time kind of getting used to the game and planning ahead while you're waiting for the other people in the multiplayer game to do their turns. So just something to keep in mind. I kind of cut that out because I know the game so well, obviously. But it's something I definitely recommend you do. And I do that too when it gets a little bit more complicated. But okay, I think with that, I think I'm done. So I'm going to end my turn. Okay, so now I'm the last person to end the turn. This is good to see. So when you're the last person to end the turn, you get this kind of green lettering. And it's simulating now the battles that happen. So there looks like there was 2 battles. And this is the last one's happening at Isaiah 1. Now they're both finished. And now it's just going to kind of finish up cleaning up the galaxy, send it to the server, and then you get to start your next round. So I do recommend if you're the last person to do your turn, you might as well, since you're here, just be the first person to do the next turn. So then you don't have to worry about it for a while if you have the time to do it. And that's what I'm going to do right now. So this is going to be a 2-for-1 video. So now that I have a battle that I won, looks like I won it, you can click on this icon, and it's a ship battle icon, and then it'll tell you the results. So I had attacking ships, all my Hammies. There was a Cosmo and a Phoenix defending, so not very much, which is what I expected, and they both died. So if that's all you want to do, you can just leave it at that. But half the fun, of course, is watching the battles. And so now if you press spacebar, you can click on the ships, you can zoom in, see all their kind of what they're trying to do. So this is like a Cosmo. It has a little gun in the front, and this is a Phoenix, has a little gun in the front. And this is why I built my design, because I saw what they probably would have is a lot of ships with little guns in the front. So I made my design with these bigger guns pointing to the right that are missiles. So I should have a couple volleys of missiles. You know, they're all turning together, and a big volley. There it goes. Big volley's going at the first guy. So hopefully I'll overwhelm his defenses. You can see how he does. He's starting to shoot him down. Not enough. Not enough. Boom. He's dead. Nice. Okay, now they took another shot at him because he was still alive when they shot that. Now they're going to retarget. They're charging up, locking up, and they're starting to shoot their next volley. Here they come. He's got a lot of armor in the front, and he's shooting things up. His armor's going down quick. Boom, dead. So that worked out really well. He almost got into range to start shooting my guys, and he would have started damaging them, which means I'd have to get them repaired. But luckily that didn't happen. I could have, to be safer, I could have put the weapons in the back. You'll find some of the stock designs do that quite effectively. And then what will happen is they'll go up, they'll turn around and run away and shoot. The problem is when you hit the borders, any ship that hits the border, it'll automatically try to go back into play. So it can kind of mess up your plans if you hit the borders of kind of, I guess, the battle area. So keep that in mind. Okay, so I won that. My design worked pretty well. I think my decision not to build more shipyards right now was the right one. So now I'm going to take my same little group and I'm just going to rinse and repeat. Let's send them over here. And if you can see, there's some experience now. I've got a little bit of experience. My pet has a little bit of experience. If I look at the top reports, now my guys are in there too. So we're all he's got a little bit more because he probably had 2 battles. And that's cool. So I'm going to send my guys over here. Click Fleet Tactics just to double check. That's all good. Now, I think I can invade this planet with these 6 troops. I think 6 is probably enough. So let's send them off. These guys will just wait here. I'll build some more. It'd be nice to get some better... I should look at getting better troops. These tanks are not very good. So I'm going to look into that. Oh, wait, how did my technology do? Oh, I got the research center. Great. Okay, that's really important, actually. I should really focus on that. So first thing I'm going to do here, sell all, buy all research. So now I'm getting the advanced research. So now my research is really going to pop off. Sell all of those, buy those research. Sell all of those, buy all those research. And on my home world, sell all of these, not everything, buy all research. Okay, so now I'm getting a lot of research. And soon I'm going to be getting more cities, so I can start to maybe buy back those simulation centers and design centers and stuff, and more research centers too. So you're going to have a snowball effect. You start out fairly weak, as these games tend to be, and then you're going to get more and more powerful, have way more economy, way bigger ships, and all that good stuff comes over time. So I think what's next? Okay, I already upgraded my stuff. Oh, look how much money I've left. Barely any here, but I just had enough to do that, which is great. Bought my tanks. Okay, technology. I have 113 research to spend. Where did I go? Okay, the factories I didn't get. I'm putting 5 in, 67% chance. Maybe I'll bump that up a little bit. I got that one. I could go for the engines, make my ships faster, but I think I really got to find... I'm going to click on the Army Quick button, jump around. Okay, there's light nuclear infantry there, medium there, heavy there. I could get the medium mechanized. Let's see where the fusion ones are. Maybe I can get lucky and find a fusion one that's pretty close. Those are the fortresses. Okay, that fusion infantry is pretty far away to get. Aha, here we go. That looks very promising. But let's keep going. No, it's a little far. Now, if you right-click on this button, you can go backwards, back where I was. So forwards, backwards, left-click, right-click. And also, I didn't tell you, but when you research, you can click, like just left-click, right-click to cancel or to go back. Or you can use the mouse wheel. Mouse wheel forward, mouse wheel back. That's what I like to use. Nice and fast. I like everything in the GUI to be as efficient as possible and clean. And that's what I'm trying to go for. Okay, I really want this infantry. These engines wouldn't be bad to have. Of course, I'd have to make a new design to use them and upgrade my ships on a shipyard. But warp gates would be nice to have in the future. How about, oh, heavy nuclear missiles would be okay. Those fusion missiles I was talking about would be nice also. Oh boy, lots of choices, which is a lot of the fun, is determining like what are you going to do. It's not straightforward and different every time you play. But anyways, let's take a chance. I'm going to go with a low chance, not even 20%. Let's say 11% chance for fusion missiles, and I'm going to put the rest of it in here trying to get that infantry. Actually, let's put one more down there, one more up here. Okay, so this will get a little bit in the factories, a little bit in the engines. And you'll find that as you go down the line, the earlier one, 0 to 90, 0 to 90, then it's 120, then it's 330, it kind of goes up, obviously, as you get to the higher technologies. So you're going to need to have more research centers to have a good chance of getting those higher technologies, which kind of makes sense. Okay, so we've done our technology, we've moved our troops around, we're going to invade our first planet, and we upgraded to the new research center. So things are starting to happen. We're starting to actually grow our empire. We can see from the mini-map that nobody has invaded a planet yet. But we know that our hopefully new ally has, yeah, he's done his second one. See, the reason I didn't do it the way he did it is he's going to here, but now he's going to have to backtrack and then go there. I guess it's kind of, either way, it's probably okay. Now, what else have we got to show here? Okay, we did the captain's report. Diplomatic requests. Okay, so remember I clicked on asking for next level of diplomacy with my human hopeful future ally. So I'm the Purple Empire. I try to increase my relations with the Orange Federation from no relations to non-aggression pact. A non-aggression pact, and it tells you here, or should tell you somewhere. A non-aggression pact means that you can't invade each other. So if you're just trying to get a simple diplomacy level when you're playing in a multiplayer game, that's not a bad thing to do. No relations, you can invade each other at any time. And at war is one below no relations. And then it goes from non-aggression pact to a peace treaty, from peace treaty to alliance. You can only have alliance usually with one other player. So he didn't know I was going to do that. So hopefully he reads this message and realizes I'm trying to do this. So I'm going to send him another message. Hey, click increase diplomacy, please. Send message. Now click on his planets again and click increase diplomacy. Hopefully this time it'll work. So because this is an asynchronous multiplayer game, when you get into a more complicated setup where you have lots of human players and you're making lots of different diplomatic messages and stuff, you won't know until everyone's done their turn what everybody decided to do. So you might expect somebody to increase and then instead they decrease and then they attack you. Those kind of things are going to happen, and that's of course a lot of the fun when you get into those more complicated 8-player or 6-player or even 4-player multiplayer games. This is a simple one. It was just two of us. He's learning. He hasn't played this in a while. He played an older version of this game, and he's actually watching these videos to kind of learn how to play. And we're just playing against two AIs which hate us, like AIs tend to do. And we're going to work together and try to take on the AIs. That's our goal. Okay, so I've done everything I can. Going to click end turn. And as expected, I have to wait for him now. Okay, that's it. Thanks for listening and watching.